or 10 years or like in that kind of system where you're learning directly from the being you're listening to. But again, that is a very disciplined kind of system in which that kind of learning takes place, an environment, and it's not, like people are not ready for that kind of discipline in this day and age. Like it's more become like everything's like a fast food sort of situation, like you want something quick, like like 2 minute sort of thing, and like just tell me that and I'll be done and gone. But it doesn't work like that, especially with these sciences. I mean, and I think Jyotish should be treated like a proper science, like how a laptop is built or a computer is built or something like that. Like not in a way it is being treated right now. Like where anyone can come and say anything. So yeah.
Well, with time and dedication and discipline, how long do you think it should take anyone to become a good astrologer? Like it doesn't happen overnight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say 10 years minimum. It will take like 10 years, and like if everything, if diet, everything, they're taking care of the discipline of everything fully. Right. Yeah. So I would say 10 years would be to reach a level where you will be like sort of not saying any nonsense, and you will be actually sticking to facts, and you'll be able to see a chart. Yes.
Yeah, because I started getting into Vedic astrology like 2 years ago, and you know what? Like I've been told that I'm good, but you know what? I'm still learning. I'm still
learning. I mean, the thing with Vedic astrology is like a lot of things. If you apply, like even nakshatras or something, then you will get some instant results. You can tell something about people and like some psychological things you can tell, or like about their characteristics and stuff quickly.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing you can do fast, but when it comes to actual prediction or something like that, that a being cannot do with that kind of, that's where all the confusion will come. So there are some things which people can catch on quickly, like and apply that fast, and some people are just giving readings like that, like psychological profile sort of readings, or based on nakshatras, and that is based on my book only primarily. So like that is, so those things will come out true. Like, so if you know something about Jeshta or Mula or Purvashada, and you find like a graha which is in there, and its dasha is going or whatever, and you can say, oh, you are like that because of that. So that particular kind of thing will generally form. So, and people will be impressed by that, because at least people will think, okay, this science holds something. There is something to it, like, because things do come. This whatever this person is saying, that's how it is. Like, so there is some basic things, but like as a whole for prediction or like that kind of thing, that is much more complicated. Like it's not so simple as so.
Yeah. You mentioned the D9 chart earlier.
Yeah.
Some astrologers say that it has to do with marriage and the second part of life.
Yes.
I personally, I don't know. Because how does the D9 chart is pertaining to the ninth house on a on a D1 chart, but seventh house.
Yeah, I mean, it's another point you have raised. Like the thing was that in the Middle Ages and stuff, in India, like the marriage had become a very important point, because marriages were arranged, and astrologers were arranging marriages.
Right.
Okay, so they are the ones who were arranging the marriages amongst people. Okay, so they wanted to. Everything was about marriage. Okay, so then D9 also became about marriage, because that was the only thing which was important to people and that thing. So D9 has nothing to do with marriage, but it has become, because this is just a thing which was in the last couple of thousand years what happened in India. It's nothing to do with the actual thing, so, and these kind of things have crept up in the what you call Middle Ages, and so a lot of the Middle Ages astrology is now part of ancient Vedic astrology. So like that's where people have to be very careful, like, so
you see, there's this teaching that on a woman's chart, Jupiter represents the spouse. I don't know. I just disagree with that. I think it's just Venus, because Venus is love, right? Too. Mars is passion.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, again, like just assigning any particular graha that thing that it represents, that is sort of nonsensical. I mean, even if you assign the seventh lord to it, that is also nonsensical, because seventh Lord in 7th house is anyone who's your opponent. You know, so so if you're standing in a boxing ring, the person who's standing opposite to you, that is also the 7th Lord, 7th house. Okay. So,
Other people.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is any opponent, even anyone in front of you, even, or anyone you're talking to, or do whatever, like anything. So just to say that is spouse, or Jupiter, which is the spouse, or like that is just nothing like that. And Vedic astrology did not have like in ancient times a concept of a spouse anymore. So there was no.
Oh, so in ancient times, none of the planets were associated with
no.
spouse for.
No.
So that's something modern.
Yes, that is just like right now anything like, you know, when monogamy is starting, like then people look at the whole chart in a monogamous way, and whatever like anything is going on, like, you know, and it's nothing to do with, I mean, 7th house is with any people you deal with. It's nothing to do with like that particular person, which is your wife or husband. Like it's nothing like that, you know. So yeah.
Seventh house, the natural ruler is Libra, but that's the sign of relationships, or is that something modern too? Because there's so much. Like,
relationship is, I mean, relationship, you deal with any person, you have a relationship at that time when you with that person. If you're talking to a person for half an hour, then you have a relationship with that person for that half an hour. Like it's not something. I mean, 7th house deals with dealings as a whole with anybody, you know, like, yeah. So it's like all dealings are dealings. It doesn't differentiate between the dealings, like in that way. Yeah.
So IOIX is asking, the couples matching uses the moon. Is that useful?
I mean, that is again, it's nothing to do with all of that. Like the thing was in the Vedic times, the female chose whosoever she wanted to go with, and if the female is choosing, then she's not going to look at the moon or what is that thing. She has to find that this person is like vibing with her. You know, you don't have to. And if it's not vibing, then it's not vibing. You know, like it's nothing to do with the, like, I mean, because moon might be vibing, then some graha might not be. You know, it's not that like that. It's an overall choice. It's nothing to do with any one particular graha at all, like in any way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I've heard people say, well, my moon is over this person's moon, or my Venus is over this person's Venus, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, that is, I mean, you might like some people think that they can relate to something. Okay, like you might be able to relate to somebody in certain fields or certain areas of their existence or certain areas of being. Okay, but that's not where the story ends, right? Like, you know, like, and even in that there'll be differences, because like if you have Venus in any particular Rashi somewhere, okay, in a first chart, now it is in a particular nakshatra. Now that nakshatra's lord will be somewhere else in one person chart, and it'll be somewhere else in another person chart. Even the Rashi lord will be somewhere else and in the other charts, and they'll have different rulerships, different that thing. So that Venus, by being out, like if Venus is at 18 degrees somewhere and someone has Venus and 18 degrees of the same sign, that doesn't mean it's the same Venus. You know, it's totally different, the actual thing. Like, so, like, I mean, that's a very, very crazy, superficial sort of judgment which people get to, because they don't understand the science, and they just, you know, like, it's like you're looking at two amplifiers and you say, oh, I see these yellow capacitors there, and I see the yellow capacitors there, and they seem both the same to me. Like, so it's not like that. I mean, it's completely different. Yeah.
So, any indications of spouse or future spouse? How many marriages can it be found in a D1 chart?
No, nothing. Like, I mean, first, like, according to Vedic, there is no such thing as marriage in the first place. So there's like the Vedic astrology doesn't go by these modern concepts of spousal marriage or divorces or any of these things. All of that, you know, it has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Is there any relationship between astrology and numerology?
I mean, astrology and numerology, Anton, are exactly the same things. They are totally the same things. Okay, like there is no differentiation or distinction. And numerology is part of Jyotish.
Okay, because I know that in the ancient form of numerology, it went from 1 to 8, and then it started over. But now you got modern that goes from 1 to 9.
Yeah, I mean, right now also, like even the 1 to 9, the number system, because is also like right now people are using like 3 they give to Jupiter in the modern numerological sense. Okay, and but if you look at the days of the week, then first is Sunday. Okay, number one. Okay, so then it's Monday, which is number 2, right? Then is Tuesday, number 3. Okay, Wednesday, number 4, and then 5th is Thursday, and 6th is Friday, and 7th is Saturday. Okay, so if you take the days of the week, then you will come to know the numbers of each graha. Like 1 is Sun, and Moon is 2, and Mars is 3, and Mercury 4, and Jupiter 5, and Venus 6, and Saturn 7. Okay, and 8 and 9 will be Rahu Ketu, like which will be the nodes, to finish up the thing. But so like a lot of things have been gotten wrong in numerology, because because they don't actually even look at what the cycles of planets are and how the days are arranged and what the significance is. And the 3 is a Martian number. It has the energy of Mars. It is so it is has that primary energy. So like which is good for sports and all different kind of military things, and logic, sense of logic and stuff. So I mean, yeah.
Okay, so number 8 is associated with Rahu.
Yes, Rahu and Ketu will be sort of 9. Yeah, or you can put Rahu Ketu both in 8. Yeah. So
because usually number 9 is associated with endings, and Ketu can end things, right?
Yeah. Ketu is 9. Yeah, Rahu is 8. Yeah. And Saturn is 7, and Saturn gets exalted in Libra too, like which is the 7th sign. Like so. Yeah. So and the limitation and stuff. Yeah. So and, yeah.
What is your take on debilitations and exaltations? I personally, I don't think a planet is weak when it's debilitated. I think they just act differently, just like they all act differently in different signs.
Yes,
right?
I mean,
right?
I mean that's where the funny thing is. Like somebody will see some planet, like somebody will see Jupiter is exalted, like in some chart, and they'll say like, okay, that person's Mahadasha is coming.
Yeah.
Okay. And whenever Jupiter, so then they say to the person, oh, when a Jupiter Mahadasha come, you'll do very well, you'll have everything good in your life, and everything will go hunky-dory for you. And 5 years into the Jupiter Mahadasha, the person comes and says like they're on the doldrums, they don't have any like money, they're on the street, and what's going on, like I mean, so like it's that kind of Jyotish and astrology which people do on the basis of this exaltation debilitation, which I mean, exaltation debilitation doesn't mean any of these things, like I mean, which people have. I mean, a so-called debilitated planet can give very excellent material results, which a so-called exalted planet won't, and and vice versa. I mean, these things are dependent on many more other factors which people don't look into. So that's why I mean, like it's just a nature of thing. Like debilitation just means that a planet is somehow restricted in showing its sort of internal aspects fully, like like if or a planet is going to feel slightly restricted out there, in that kind of thing, like for example, if Venus goes to Virgo, so if you are that's like you're doing music with the sheet music, so the music is on the sheet and you're just copying that or that thing, so which for a musician might be restrictive to do that, then play naturally without any paper or anything in front of you or something like that, like it's just a different way of but it's nothing to do with what kind of results graha will give. Like debilitation and exaltation has nothing to do with that.
I heard that if Venus is in Virgo, conjunct with Mercury, then Venus debilitation gets canceled. Is that true? Any truth to that?
I mean, it's nothing to do with it's just that Mercury will help it speed it up, and like whatever, like if a person has got Venus and Mercury together in Virgo and they're reading sheet music and stuff like that, they'll not make a mistake, or once they're transcribing, they will not make a mistake.
So they'll look out for each other.
Yeah. I mean, you can just see it like that, And so, yeah. So I mean, it's a like it's not like Venus is feeling great where it can just like make something extempore or something without any kind of restrictions of like sheet music or anything like that. Like it's a so yeah.
I've never sheet music. Oh, like we're following notes. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah. Like like it's written like this moment, this thing, half bent, that thing. Like yeah.
Is it true that the position that the planets were in at our moment of birth can be rearranged? Like, I don't know if I should mention any names, but someone in South India, maybe you've heard of him. He's a self-styled, what you call God man, claims to be a incarnation of Shiva. Maybe you know who I'm talking about. He says that it's possible.
I mean, rearranged. I mean, the point is like it's like a photograph, right? Like when the moment you're born, you look at the sky, you take a snapshot of the heavens. Okay, so that photograph is that photograph. Okay, I mean, but like I mean, what you do in your life, in your actions, you can change whatever different dashas or different that things or different influences which are coming. You can overcome that, but that you can overcome anyways. It's nothing to do with changing that particular snapshot. You're not changing that snapshot, but you are changing the influences, which is going to bring you in this present time on earth. Yeah, you can change the influences, but you can't change that snapshot. No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So because I thought that, like, what does that mean? Because you can't, like, if Jupiter was in Taurus, you can't change that. It's
no. You can't change that snapshot. I mean, it's a snapshot. Like it's like saying you have a snapshot and you want to change that picture and photo. Like, what does that even mean? Like to change a photograph? Like it is that photograph. That is that what it is. Like yeah.
Like, I don't believe you can change that snapshot, but you can master it, right?
Yeah, you can master it. You can change that things, whatever, like through your own action. But like because action is supreme, So,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's what we are here for, like action. Like, I mean, we do things through actions, and everything works through action. Nothing works without action. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, we're in the age of Aquarius now. It's also called the Yugas, right? Dwapara Yuga.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
the Yuga theory, which is there right now, is a very confusing theory. Like in the what they call like the numbers they give 4 lakh years and like, millions of years of this and millions of years of that or whatever. Like all of that and whatever numbers they come up with. I don't want to agree with any of those numbers or anything. What one should actually see right now is like there is a more emphasis on knowing, okay, like which everyone can see, like everyone around the world right now can see that there's an influence, like in the last 30, 40, and especially the last 15 years, like there has been an emphasis on knowing things rather than just believing, like, and which was Piscean trait, the belief thing, like religions and stuff, all of that, which was happening for the last 2000 years.
Right.
There's a lot of believing going on, and now the emphasis on knowing mostly, okay, which is more Aquarian trait, like so that change, and plus the electricity is everywhere, electric things are there, communication, electric communication, electric music, sound, guitars, there's communication which is happening between us right now. I mean, so that is just there right now in front of people, so there is nothing you need to wonder or that thing, like where is the numbers begin or numbers don't begin. It's happening right now, so you can see it, like you can experience it, like rather than debate about those numbers, or call it something. So those Piscean to Aquarian transition is sort of very clear in front of the eyes. Like there's no.
Are we still going through that transition period, or is Aquarius like completely inaugurated?
I mean, it's there. It's completely. I mean, as we are talking, it is inaugurated. It's not like we can't do this without that.
All right.
Yeah,
because I don't know. Like, is the previous age completely gone? Like the influence, is it still there, trailing behind?
Yeah, but it'll be all finishing very fast. Like I mean, every year things are moving so fast right now that it'll all be gone very, very fast. Like I mean, all of that, like things are changing at a very, very rapid rate. Like, since YouTube and things like the information which is come out and that thing, and people are waking up very fast, and whosoever has to wake up, and the whole the thing is being rearranging itself very, very quickly and very, very that thing rapidly. Like, so.
Well, Aquarius, that's the internet, right? Has an influence over the internet, no? The rules.
Yes, obviously, and after internet also, like, to that level where internet, when it started, it was just text. Then came the images, then came the sound, then came the visual. Like, it progressed in that kind of way. And now, like, since YouTube and stuff came, like, before that YouTube came, I used to have films online, but I used to use live stream player sort of thing, real media players I used to use, and I used to call my films like I used to put them in an old TV set sort of thing, and people had to click on that old TV set and watch a video and stuff. And I used to call PTube, and then after that YouTube came, and which was based, and they still have that Tube TV as their icon.
Did they steal it? Did they steal it from you?
Yes. That my thing was in 2005. Okay, 2004, 2005, and then 2006 they came up with this, and and after 2007, like, this thing started, and then it was a community, and everybody started putting videos, and since then, obviously, last 10 years, things have grown like wildfire now. Like, it's a situation right now that where almost everything is coming together, like, and like, all the people who are interested in, like, that kind of thing, then it's happening at a very rapid rate. So whatever kind of nonsense was there from the past will get weeded out very quickly, and a lot of the truth will come out, like, so.
And the sub-ruler, each astrological age has a sub-ruler, right? So the sub-ruler of Aquarius is, which is the opposite sign, which is Leo, right?
Yeah, there's a light on things, there's sun is shining on the,
So is Leo being the sub-ruler the reason as to why we have the fashion industry in Hollywood and Bollywood and all these?
That was still part of the fantasy element, like, which was coming from the age of Pisces a little bit, like,
Right.
like, like, where, it's not real sort of thing,
Right.
because the whole thing of Aquarius and Leo axis is thing has to be real. Like, it can't be fantasy. It has to be actually like a real thing, like, not a fiction sort of thing and stuff like that. And when YouTube and stuff takes over more, and that you'll find that all of those things are losing their hold they have, like, even Hollywood, Bollywood, all of them are losing hold of that thing. Audience, like, people aren't going to cinemas. People would rather go watch a YouTube video and then go to cinema and anything anymore, like, so all of that thing is breaking down very fast too, like.
Look what's happening to the music industry. A lot of music stores, they shut down. A lot of people are like downloading or getting it off of YouTube and then converting them to MP3.
Yes. Music industry died long time ago. I said that in 2000 at that time, that they are over, like, whatever their thing is, because right now people, it's not just music, like, people can play music along with a video right now in YouTube, their own thing. So it's a double medium thing. So who just wants to hear sounds when you can have visuals along with it and everything, like, so then that will be much more appealing to anybody, and they had the music video before that in 80s and 90s, but now people can make their own very quickly and very easily and stuff like that. So that is much more, and people want to see that, like, more, like, and there's so much variety and so much available online that even if you browse all day long, you can't go through all of it, like, free, like. And so why would someone pay something to get something, like, it's just not making any sense anymore. So all of that is going in, and that control which they had, like, okay, then some people control what other people heard or not heard, like, there's some record company releases something, then people have to hear that only, whatever the record company releases, and that's not the case anymore, like, people can hear whatever they want to hear, like, rather than somebody telling them, no, you have to hear this only, like, so, like,
So what can we expect during the next 2,000 years? Like, are we gonna eventually become like a Star Wars type civilization with like flying vehicles besides airplanes? Laser,
flying vehicles could have been here right now already, like, that technology was there and is there, but it's not just been because people don't want people to have any freedom. That's all. Because once you have that, all this passport and all of this immigration and all that nonsense goes away too. So that to stop all of that from happening, that freedom. That's why, I mean, it's not that technology is not here. Technology is here right now for all those things to be possible right now. It's just a paradigm has not shifted. I'm just saying, like, even in next 10 years, things will be very different than, forget about 2000 years. Like, I mean, yeah. So it's everything is fastening up very, very quickly right now. So yeah.
What about time travel? Will that ever become possible?
Well, the thing is that time itself is like a sort of a fractal. Okay, so once you embed the fractal and you create your own fractal, then you create your own timelines and you become your own time lord. So that is the real time travel, not time travel as they show in Back to the Future or any of these movies. That's not how time
or quantum leap.
Yeah. I mean, the creation of timelines, own timelines, and like creating your own time body and stuff. That is a different thing from whatever these people. So it'll go in a very different direction than what like has been told to us in that kind of way.
Science fiction.
Yeah,
because in my opinion, if that were possible to actually physically travel back through time, you might have some crazy people going back in time and preventing like World War II from like ending, and preventing this and preventing that, and just changing like.
No, but it's not nothing of that. See, that's where the fantasy element comes in. There's a lot of fantasy element. It makes for good cinema, but and it's not good. It's not good reality. Okay, like it's not what reality is. Nothing like that happens of any kind. Like it's just for making good cinema and stuff like that. And like that way, I mean, a lot of space stuff was shown to people as well as space and all of that. And like right now, people are realizing that none of that is true. Like, I mean, people are not even realizing that there's no even space anyways at all, like how they said it or whatever. Like, so a lot of reality is coming into what we are actually living in right now, rather than what the cinema was saying or what NASA was saying or what any of these people were saying. So yeah.
Well, look what's happening in the Hollywood, in the film industry. Like, you got the Harvey Weinstein incident, and you got the Bill Cosby, and all kinds of like stuff to do with sexual misconduct and all that. And I guess that's Saturn, right? Saturn's coming in and kicking a lot of ass, right? Because he rules Aquarius, no?
The thing is that all of that has been happening for 50, 60 years, 70 years. The only difference right now is that it is coming out. Okay. So what is happening is that like light is being shown on things. Like it's not like the things were not happening before. They were always happening. And they were happening throughout and that thing. But it's just like now light is there. Like you can't get away with it. Everything will be revealed. Okay. So everything will be all out in the open. So then there is no that thing. There's no way to hide. Basically, that's what it's coming down to.
So we being in numerology year 11, illumination, is that a factor too in it?
Yeah, I mean 11 helps with that. I mean and the 8 number is there as well. Like so hidden things come out to light as well. So the number 8 is there. So like obviously like lot is coming out, and if people just stay into the truth thing there, they want to know the truth, they want to go for the truth is there, and it's becoming available for everyone, like, and free, like, so there is no like that things anymore, barriers or boundaries anymore for like, I mean, anyone with a mobile can now go to it and get to the facts and truth now. That was never possible. It was unimaginable 20, 30 years ago.
Right, now it's just coming out of the closet.
Yes.
I've heard you say that we can all have our own golden age.
Yes.
Right, but will there ever be a golden age on a global scale? Is that ever going to happen? You know what I mean, for everybody.
First, like the thing is that whosoever, like, because it's a free will construct. Okay, first, number one, like all of this is a free will construct. So each being has their own free will. Okay, now the beings who have free will, they have to decide what they want for themselves. Each individual decides for themselves what they want. Okay, so they will have to decide. And what is going to happen is all the data or all the information or whatever they need for that, making that decision